What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you saw from the thumbnail, today I'm going to be trying a different type of soil, and that soil is the Hygger soil. Now, this video isn't sponsored. It's not sponsored at all, okay? I saw that Hygger, which is, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's an American brand, but I know that this is the most common name you see when it comes to aquatic stuff on Amazon. Aside from the flu ball stratum and of course like your Amazonia and maybe even the UNS Contrasoil, I noticed that Hydra had came out with this CO2 aquarium soil, and I said, you know what, this would be the perfect video to make, trying out this soil and seeing if it actually performs well. Now, one of the main reasons why I got the soil is because the soil is quite honestly more inexpensive than the majority of the other soils out there. For example, I got this, what is it, 13 pound, 6 kilogram bag for about, I think it was like $42, which is not bad at all. So that's what we're going to be doing today with this tiny little tank. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a small Dutch style aquarium. Now, as you can see here, this tank is very small. This tank is about a 3.5 gallon tank that I bought. It's a UNS tank. I love UNS tanks. But I bought this tank maybe about almost 2 years ago. This little tank has really been so versatile for me. I've used this little tank. I've put shrimp in here. I've had guppies in here. I even put a betta at at a point here. I know people say don't keep a betta and anything smaller than 5 gallons, but it was kind of an emergency. I didn't really have anywhere else to put the betta, so I put them in this tiny little tank. And when I say tiny for a betta, honestly, bettas don't really. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. The betta was fine. He's still doing well. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be building a Dutch style tank. I don't want to talk too much. I just kind of want to give you an overview of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be taking plants from certain tanks. This tank here is a tank that I'm using literally to just grow plants out. And I have plants scattered everywhere, so I'm going to be taking plants from every single tank. I ended up getting 2 plants that I feel are going to be great for this tank because it's very small. There's probably not going to be any stems in here that grow fast. Probably not many stems at all, but anyway, let's get into the video, try out this new Hygger soil and see what it's all about. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is, without putting this too close to the mic so that your ears don't start bleeding, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the Hygger. This is Hygger, or I think that's how you said it, right? Hygger, or I think it's not Hygger, it's Hygger. Hygger CO2 aquarium soil. No clean, long-lasting fertility, non-prone to chalking. I don't know the specifics as to what nutrients are in here or anything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a guess that it's like most Aquasoils has kind of maybe the same amount of nutrients, in the sense that it's got the same type of nutrients, but maybe not the amount. But I'm really excited to try this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down a layer, and then I'll go ahead and tell you exactly how it is that I'm gonna build this Dutch style tiny nano tank. All right, so as I even this out, I'll probably end up having to put a little bit more in. I am noticing though that this soil, it's actually, they're pretty big, like pellets. They're not like, I know a lot of aqua soils tend to have like a mixture of certain diameters, but this one seems to be very, they all kind of seem to be the same. I don't mind that, honestly. I feel like a lot of the time the smaller like pellets tend to be better for planting like carpets, maybe plants like I don't know, Monte Carlo or Heliocaris or things like that. But I mean, this is not going to have a carpet because I didn't want to listen. In vitro plants are very expensive, so I just said, you know what? Let me use plants that I already have. Let me go out and get another plant that maybe I know will look nice in here, and just try to make the best Dutch style scape that I can. So since this tank is not really gonna have a carpet, I don't really need that much soil in the front. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to build like what I guess what you could call a triangular composition with a Dutch style. So the majority of the plants are gonna be like starting maybe around here, right? And then go around all the way to maybe hitting the front glass. So I don't really need Aquasoil in the front, but I do need a like at least maybe inch, no, I'd say about 2.5 inches kind of piled up towards the back. All right, so I spun this around so you can kind of see how thick the Aquasoil is. I'm trying to do this as carefully as I can so I don't mess it up. And there's the back. Now, you might think, well, that's not very thick. There, maybe it's about 1.5 inches, almost 2, maybe 1.75 inches. But the only reason why I did that is because I'm now going to cover this whole thing with sand, and I'll tell you why. All right, so the main reason why I'm going to be covering this up with sand is simply because I want to lock down all the nutrients like beneath the sand, right? I want all the nutrients to be beneath the sand, and I don't really want anything going into the water column. So I don't want too many because I mean it says it's got really good fertilization. So if it is very like nutrient rich soil, I don't want all that to go into the water column. Obviously, it's still gonna, leach through. But I just want to minimize it as much as I can. So that's why I want to put a layer of sand, try to lock that down, and just mainly have the plants, focus their growth from the aqua soil itself. So I'm just gonna lay down a layer of sand. Obviously, the aqua soil will eventually migrate forward. I don't really I don't really mind, but let's try to keep it as uniform as possible. All right, so let me turn this around again so you can kind of get an idea of exactly how this tank is looking. As you can see, it looks way bigger on camera, but if I put my fingers next to it, you can see it's literally only about, it's now about almost 2.5 inches, maybe 2.25. So that's deep enough. And then you can see in the back that it is pretty thick or thick enough. We like it thick here. Yeah, so this should be perfect to plant into, lock all the nutrients down as much as possible, not all. Let me just say, lock as many nutrients down as possible. And just like I said, have the plants grow mainly from the roots. All right, so now we're gonna start with the planting. I'm kind of trying to give you guys a bit of a bird's eye view when I plant, because I'm gonna start back here. Just I don't know, maybe change up an angle will make the experience of me putting this tank together, just much better. I don't know, but we're gonna try this out. So I'm gonna start planting. Again, it's gonna be kind of in a circular or like a what would you call it, like a I don't know, just kind of like a rounded kind of shape. So it's gonna be the first stem plants are gonna go back here, and then I'm gonna place another plant and then another plant, and you know how it goes. All right, so the first stem plant that's gonna be going in here is gonna be Nasea triflora. It's gonna go all the way in the back. Sorry if it's a bit shaky. My concoction that I came up with trying to like put this together is just, yeah, just kind of bear with me. All right, so here is the tank after planting. I think I did forget to press. I think I did forget to press record when I was planting certain plants. It might have been when I was planting this compact here. I planted it here, here, and then the Lobelia cardinalis for sure. I know I didn't record that. That I know I didn't record. But yeah, so I ended up adding some flamingo here on the side. There's some S repens, just kind of giving you an overview of what's in here. So that's flamingo, compact. We have repens, S repens here. We put some more flamingo here. Lobelia cardinalis back there. We have the Alternantera renicki. And then in the back, as the stem plant, we have the Nasea triflora. Oh, I don't know if it's Nasea or Nasea. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So this is, by the way, a two-parter. You probably saw it in the title. I don't know if I mentioned it yet. But the whole point of this is to see exactly how that soil down there, the Hygger CO2 soil, performs. I really want to see if this soil is good. I will be honest. Again, it's not a sponsored video or anything. I saw it. It's a brand that I know, Hygger. I bought different products from them before. So yeah, I want to see exactly how good the soil is. So this is the first part where I planted and all that stuff. And then the next video I do on this tank is going to be kind of an update and see exactly how everything is within the tank. So now what I'm going to do after planting, I'm going to go ahead and add water to it. I'm going to set it up with the filter. It's only going to have like a tiny little filter here on the side. And then I'll go ahead and come back to it once, it's cleared up and everything is settled. All right, guys. So here we have the tank a couple of days after it's been scaped, it's been filled. I haven't really seen any issues with it. Unfortunately, what I said I didn't want to happen like right away. It actually happened while I was planting, which is the Aquasoil coming through, above the sand. But anyway, so as you can see, all the plants are doing well. The only one that's a little, this plant here, the flamingo, the crib flamingo, is a little brown because I kind of just had it floating in another tank, and it was like literally right up next to the light, so it started building up that like brown algae. But that's fine. Once I put some shrimp in here, it'll go away. But so far so good. The plants still need about a month's time in order to fully grow in, or I mean not to fully grow in, to fully like start absorbing the nutrients from the soil and start like growing new leaves, new shoots, and all that. I did plant some glossal stigma in the sand, so hopefully that'll start spreading. I'm not like looking for a huge carpet, but I kind of wanted to have like kind of one of each plant, right? Like a carpeting plant, a mid-ground plant, and in the back with the see it back there with the triflora nasea, triflora stem plant. So I kind of wanted to have different plants in here to really test it out. All right, guys. Well, I think I might be a little too zoomed in. Hopefully you can still see everything well. But anyway, that's going to bring this video to an end. This is a two-part video, so it's the whole setting up the tank, and then I'm going to come back to the tank in about a month and a half to see exactly how well the plants have grown in. This might have not been like the best tank to try it in because it is a very small tank, but regardless, like I always say, you got to work with what you got. And since I happen to have this little tank just available, I decided to go for it, and it kind of all just came together at once because I saw the Aquasoil and I saw that Hygger had came out with new Aquasoil, and I was like, you know what, I got to try this. So it was either I bought a new tank or I bought the Aquasoil, and I bought the Aquasoil, and now we came up with this idea. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, it's going to be a two-parter, so keep an eye on the second part just so you can see exactly how everything goes. And aside from that, guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully you'll give this soil a try yourself. Like I said, it's a very, I wouldn't say inexpensive soil, but it's a little bit less cheaper, or it's a little less expensive than some of the most like very well-known names out there for Aquasoil, so maybe you'll try it out for yourself. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. No one really leaves a comment, but if you do, I'll go ahead and reply. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one.